In this video, we're going to talk about DJI's new RS5. What do we got going on with the RS5?
Yeah, so a lot of really cool innovations that aim to make the process of working with the gimbal more intuitive, simpler. The biggest issue with working with a gimbal is balancing, right? So first and foremost, it's kind of a pain. You get a few gray hairs the first time you do it and it takes some time. But how do we help to simplify this process? So the RS5, what we've done is we've coated all of the arms in Teflon to make them very smooth for moving. And then now we've added in these individual adjustment knobs in order to achieve balance. So this is very helpful for people who are newcomers who've never done this. It starts to kind of make intuitive sense for how you actually manipulate this around. And then when it comes to making really small adjustments, it couldn't be simpler.
Yeah.
For people who are more experienced with like balancing gimbals, you could get this done in 60 seconds or less. So for newcomers, it's a little bit more, a little bit easier, more intuitive. And then for people who are more skilled at this stuff, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
So you get to work right away.
Yeah.
So that's like one of the chief.
Having that knob is helpful because you nudge it one way and then it's
That's
too
right.
much.
That's right. Yeah, because that's like a problem in the past. You get stuck, you nudge it too much, and then up, and then you're fighting back and forth. That's where people who've never done this before too get frustrated. They give up, and they say, "Oh yeah, I have one of those Ronins. I collected dust in my closet." Like, dang, that sucks.
Yeah.
So that's definitely
That's cool.
that's a big one. So we have it here on the pan axis, the tilt axis on the side, and then the roll axis on the back side.
Okay.
So each one of them has it for making these small adjustments. So definitely couldn't be easier. That one's really cool. One other feature that we try to help with is the idea of vertical bounce, right? So when you're working with a gimbal, it's not taking out any sort of Z-axis movement out of your steps as you move. And so we didn't exactly solve that with this particular product, but we do have is this very handy on-screen display. As you can see, it going up
so
and
like
down.
A visual indicator.
Yeah, so like red is bad. That's going to show up in your footage when you go look at it later. But green is pretty good.
Yeah.
For people who are new, like I could hand this to someone like my mom, and it's like, okay, mom, red is bad.
Keep it in the line.
Yeah. Try to keep green. Green is good. Means go. Okay, cool. So that kind of helps with it being a little bit more intuitive as well. So like learning to operate it. Now again, even advanced users will probably like this. What I could do as an example, like I've worked with gimbals for more than a decade. I can pick up something like this. I can do a few takes of a shot. I can see how fast I can run around something or maybe up a flight of stairs or whatever, and keep an eye on that to see like, okay, how much shake am I introducing? Maybe I need to back it off just a little bit.
Yeah.
So very helpful, small little thing, but very helpful indeed. We have this powered rear handle grip, which this is very nice. So we've had rear handle grips before, but now we have all the controls directly in our hands.
That's awesome.
So then for low angle shooting, it's very ergonomic. You can use this for long productions. And it's just included right out of the box with our combo kits.
Okay.
Now, the biggest highlight feature, once you've balanced, once you learn to walk with the thing, what the heck do you shoot and how do you shoot it, right? Like get to the core of filmmaking. And that's something that people can struggle with, especially when it comes to gimbals. Like, I want to film something. I want to keep a good eye on my composition, but then I also have to keep an eye on my environment as I'm moving. I don't want to bump into things or, wreck something. So we've introduced this tracking module. Now, with the RS4 Mini, we had a tracking module allow you to film yourself or film someone else that's in front of your camera, which is great if you're like a one-man band or creating social media. You can use things like hand gestures to start and stop it. It's fun. With this new module, you're able to track virtually anything. So people, cars, animals, objects. So if you're at something like a convention floor and you want to pick up some product photography shots, where you kind of introduce like these sort of crane and
it'll keep it locked on.
Yes, it'll keep it locked on. Yeah. Or if I'm filming somebody walking through an environment, I can use this to keep composition while I'm paying attention to where I'm walking and getting through my environment. It's really dead simple. I can point it at someone or something, press the trigger button, and it will start the tracking process. We can see things turn green. We have a visual screen on the side of the device that lets us see where our subjects are.
Okay.
Yep. So just right here, we can see potential subjects in our screen. I can simply drag a selection around a subject. So here we're locked on to the sign above us, though not a person or anything. And then now I'm actually free to start moving, and it's keeping my composition nice and steady.
That's awesome.
So like I can get like the parallax effect from these kind of quasi slider shots, or I'm free to move around and walk around this, pay attention to where I'm going, but I got some good looking footage. Newcomers obviously are going to love something like this because it helps them get good shots all the time. People who are advanced users, I get to move quickly. So I get to pick this up, move quickly, capture shots, and I'm more likely to capture something right away. In live settings, concerts, speaking engagements, weddings, places where like I can't exactly ask somebody to do something again, this is super helpful for making sure that you like nail your shot every single time. And just for fun, at the booth, we have this really cool setup here with the RS5 where you can use your hand gesture for tracking. So why don't you go ahead and wave to the camera. That light is going to turn green in a moment here. It should. Maybe try moving your hand just up or down, around. Sometimes in the environment. Let's see.
There
you
go.
Get it?
Yeah.
There you go. All right. And then now you're free to start walking around. And you'll see,
So
that it's going to stay locked onto you.
Yeah, it's pretty
And
wild.
you can walk all the way around the screen. It'll follow you 360
I'm guessing you've got
degrees.
settings too for how responsive or speed.
Yeah, absolutely.
How it follows you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, one thing that's really nice about this too is you can adjust your composition. So like it'll start off with center framing, but what we could do is we could actually make these small little adjustments.
Oh, like
here.
an offset?
Yeah, the offset. We'll put you off to camera left. And then now
that's
it'll
awesome.
maintain that same, it'll try to maintain the same relative composition on you, leading to something that looks a little bit more pleasing. So like even for creators, they're gonna love like the flexibility of it. And that's RS5
awesome.
in a nutshell.
And it's cool too because you can control it all directly from the device. You don't need to bring in a phone or an app or additional.
Yeah, no need to pair anything. Like because with the past, with like something like Raven you had to have your phone and everything. Yeah, here it's just right at your fingertips.
Okay. Any integration with any of the follow focus systems?
As of right now, not with the RS5 itself.
Okay.
Now there are third-party tools that are available from companies like Tilta that you would be able to possibly use with this device. But that, of course, then is up to Tilta and their integration.
But different because it's the DJI Focus.
Correct.
Not configurable, compatible yet. Or
correct.
Whatever.
Yep.
Does not work right now.
That's right. Yeah, at least as of now.
Okay. Cool. And what are the kind of kit options that it comes with?
Yeah, so for $569 US, they have a kit where it's really just the gimbal and the handle itself. And then for $719, you get the combo kit. In this kit, you get the gimbal, you get the tracking module, you get the powered rear handle grip, and you get a carrying case for everything. Oh, by the way, one last fun tidbit. This is the biggest innovation that NAB has ever seen in the history of tripods. It's this, and I'll show you what it is. With one finger, I can open and close the whole thing.
I'm so used to just showing my whole finger.
The whole thing, show your whole hand and then trying to wiggle it to the side. You know, when you're holding like a 10-pound rig, it gets, you know, so whoop.
That's awesome. That you're not underselling that. That is a great innovation.
Yeah.